On the Cruz Muratala undercard, we see Madrimov return to the ring against a guy called Luis Salazar, a Dominican boxer who's really not got a crazy resume. But we're really going to talk about Madrimov in this video because Madrimov's a guy who you look at his record and you think, well, maybe he's nothing special, but this guy is a really good boxer and don't let his record deceive you. Of course, you've probably heard the name Madrimov before. He had two back-to-back interim world title fights, one against Terence Crawford, one against Virgil Ortiz. Both fights, he had very good performances in. He lost both fights, but very good performances. The first half of that Virgil Ortiz fight was really good boxing. And Madrimov was able to push Terence Crawford for the duration of that 12-round fight. And, he's not fought since those back-to-back losses. So, I can understandably you're thinking, well, he's probably a bit down in the dumps, thinking, I had two opportunities, I lost both of them, but Madrimov's a serious operator, and we've seen him beat a couple of interesting guys, in my opinion. Wins over the likes of Michel Soro, decent win, Kurbanov, another good win there, stopped him in the 5th round. But, like I said, really, if you've heard Madrimov's name, it's because of the Crawford fight or the Ortiz fight. But those were his losses, and he left very good impressions on me, in my opinion, because he boxed really well. He boxed really well against both guys. And depending on who you ask, how you scored certain rounds, you may have even been given Madrimov that fight against Virgil Ortiz. I think Virgil Ortiz picked it up on the back end of the fight enough to a point to win that fight. But, do you know what I mean? Depending on how you score it, whatever. But he's back in the ring against, like I said, Luis Salazar. There's really not much to talk about in Luis Salazar. He's 20-1. I don't know anyone on his resume, wins or losses. No, nobody on his resume. But no doubt he's going to come to fight. But Madrimov, in my opinion, is just far too elite of an operator. I've seen this guy. If you're able to push Terence Crawford, you're a good boxer. Sorry. Terence Crawford has stopped so many high-level guys, outclassed so many high-level guys. If you're pushing Terence Crawford to a 12-round decision, you're probably doing pretty well. And Terence Crawford won a unanimous decision victory there, but everyone, I think, around the fan base is sort of agreeing that maybe this wasn't the toughest fight of Terence Crawford's career, but it's definitely top 3 toughest fight of Terence Crawford's career, in my opinion. I think that's generally shared within the fan base as well. So Madrimov is far from a scrub, and I do fancy him to win this fight pretty comfortably. Will he stop him? Possibly. I can't tell you how tough this Luis Salazar guy is. I don't know anyone in his resume. I don't know the level he's fought. Well, you know the level he's fought is not a high level, because if he was a high level operator, I would have heard of him, right? If he was one of the top guys at 154, I would have heard of him, right? So of course the odds are Madrimov is going to win this. He's going to be the favourite. He's going to be the guy who Matchroom, of course, from a promotional outfit point of view, they want to win this as well because they know they can get Madrimov win. Maybe you do Madrimov v Murtazalayev in Russia. Who knows? Moscow and one of these big European, even Germany, European. I mean, both guys at this point have been boxing in America for a while, so that fight could probably be like an undercard fight on like a Matchroom USA card. But I would not mind seeing that fight in Russia. I think that would be crazy aura play for Matchroom if they did that fight in Russia. But yeah. Let me know what you guys think of Madrimov making his comeback against Luis Salazar. Do you think he's going to win this fight? Do you think it'll be an easy win for Madrimov? Or do you think Salazar's capable of causing the upset? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Another episode of the Seth Solo Side Quest in the bag. And I'm out. Peace.